Hill, you're a bloody moron. Hill, you're as useless as a one-legged man in an ass-kicking competition. Hill, you're a useless Irishman. These are the words of Frank, the senior officer on the watch, when I was working in the engine room of cargo ships, back when I was a junior engineering officer at the age of 21. And Frank was sucking my self-esteem out of my body. But more important, he got into my head. And one day I had a plan to get him. He had just finished overhauling a major compressor the size of a car, and this thing compresses air at thousands of pounds per square inch. A very dangerous machine if you get it wrong, if you miss a part, if you tighten up the bolts too much. And we all knew that when you had overhauled one of these machines and you went to start it up to do the test run, you stood in front of a metal pole where the start switch was, and you pressed the go button and immediately just covered your finger on the stop in case it started to come apart or make unusual noises. As Frank was getting ready to start up this machine, I'd been up to the workshop and I got the biggest sledgehammer you've ever seen in your life. A sledgehammer that was nicknamed the Animal. I stood and hid in the corner and I waited for Frank to come along. I remember him standing in front of that metal post, staring around at his machine. He pressed the start button and immediately I slammed the sledgehammer down on the diamond plates. Have you ever heard lightning strike directly over your house? It was 10 times that noise. Frank immediately dropped to the ground. He rolled. His eyes were as big as baseballs. And then he looked up and he saw me smiling. He immediately jumped to his feet, ran after me, shouting out, "Hill! Hill! Officers don't do this!" And I went up to, "Well, Frank, maybe it's just because I'm an idiot and I'm not a good officer." That was the lowest point in my communication skills. And I was not to get a promotion ever while I worked for that company. I had to literally jump ship and go and work for another company before I started to rise up the ladder. Have you ever thought about the consequences of really bad communication skills and the advantages of having mastered the art of conflict management, negotiation skills, presentation skills?